Hello and welcome to the Three Geeks Podcast Network. My name is Jay, joined by Philip, and we got two special guests on this cast tonight. I've got my wife Liz. Say hello, Liz.
Hello.
And Philip, would you like to introduce your special lady making her first appearance on our channel?
Absolutely. I've got my fiance, Ale. Say hello.
Hello.
Awesome. So if you've watched us in the past, you'll occasionally see like little Easter eggs of Ale. You'll see like her purse in the background, or shoes or whatever. But this is the first time she's been on our cast, so welcome. This is going to be a little bit different than our normal cast. This will be clean, PG. Max is not on this one. Sorry, Max. Love you, buddy, if you're listening. But we're going to do some Disney movies over the course of the next year or two. And we're not going to do a weekly cast. We're not going to commit to that. But every other week or every month or so, we're going to come on, discuss, and review our favorite of the Disney films. And tonight we're starting with Finding Nemo. It was recently a bunch of news came out about the sequel, Finding Dory. So we thought it'd be fun to go back, revisit this film, and discuss some of the themes and plots and just stuff we enjoyed about this movie in general. Philip, would you like to start us off with a quick synopsis?
Sure. So the movie itself begins as you come into some clownfish and you see Marlin and his wife, and they're basically trying to protect their nest. And little sadness happens, kind of like a Bambi beginning, right? So the wife passes away, and then he's left with only one son. And then it jumps ahead to his one son supposed to be going to school, and it kind of begins from there. And he's very overprotective of his son, and his son eventually kind of tries to, expand his boundaries, as you do as a child. And he ends up getting caught in a net and basically taken to Sydney, Australia. And the movie tries to follow Marlin trying to get back to his son, Nemo. And along the way, he meets the most, let's see, I guess I don't know the right word here, but basically the most forgetful fish, Dory, played by Ellen DeGeneres, which is just a wonderful character in the movie. And basically it's on their way to get back there as his father, Marlin, has an adventure to try and rescue his son. And I think that's probably a good point to start from. And at that point, it basically kind of ends happy, as you can imagine with most Pixar movies. They end up reunited.
Yes, it's almost a tale of a dad letting go, in a sense. He's forced to let go because, like you said, tragedy strikes in the beginning, and his son keeps telling him, like, I can do these things, Dad. I can do these things, Dad. And then, he gets swiped away by the guy in the boat, and his dad is forced to find him. And then, by the end of the story, obviously the dad learns that his son was able to do these things, that just because he had a handicap didn't mean that he was, handicapped in the sense that he could do anything that anybody else could do. And I really like how Pixar can take something so grown up and make it fun for the whole family. Like, yeah, it's very, very, very fun. Liz?
I agree. I don't know if it's necessarily that the dad should let go, but just having faith in other people and his son and the fact that he can do things. I really like this movie. I've probably watched it 5,000 times. It was my daughter's first themed room, was Finding Nemo. But what I really enjoy about it is just the family connection and the adventures that they go through and how everything ties together. What did you guys think?
I definitely enjoyed it. Ellie, what do you think?
Well, I'm totally agree, and I think it's a great animated movie, which is really visually attractive. And besides, it has a lot of moral and life lessons in it, without forgetting the comedy. So besides that, every single character has a very unique personality, which makes everything to match perfectly. So I think it's a very good movie of Pixar.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's something Pixar does so well, is they give you the whole package. You get that emotional depth, you get the comedy, you get the they're really, I mean, really good writing. And Cars 2, you know, with outstanding. But you get that really good writing with Pixar films, and this movie is, you know, a culmination of all of those things that's made Pixar great. You laugh, you cry, and you feel for each one of these characters as much as you would for the character, any of the characters in the film. And one of my favorite sequences in this film is the sharks in their rehab like type
Like an AA.
yeah, it's AA meeting, like they will not eat fish, and that whole sequence is hilarious. Where they, you know, Nemo is Nemo, right? That cuts himself, and then
No, it's
Marlin.
Dory. Dory
Oh.
hit her.
Or,
yeah, Marlin. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Dory got her nose hit.
yes, sorry. And then the shark gets the taste for the blood and chases after him. I was laughing so hard, and the whole fish tank sequence about the one fish like ooh bubble 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 bubble, and they every time I've ever had a fish tank and the bubble started, there's always that one fish in the tank that runs straight for the bubbles. It's good because they pick up on these little things that you don't notice until you see them, and you're like, oh yeah, it happens in all fish tanks.
My favorite thing was with Dory, like her unique disability, anyways. But the fact that she could never remember Nemo's name, she kept calling him Harpo and all kinds of stuff like that weren't even close to it, and it just amazed me, like that she could, you know, obviously remember her own name and Marlin and what they were doing and where they were going, but they couldn't ever remember Nemo's name.
Oh, yeah, like that's funny. So, like what you're talking about, like they touch on real life things. Like I love the way they portrayed the seagulls in this movie. Mine, because that is a seagull. It is single focused on I want food, and I love the characters. That's always stuck with me from that movie. Like I always remember that. I've so many people I know reference that piece, and then yeah, I love the aquarium scene as well when they're like inducting him into, you know, the what is it, I guess the brotherhood of the aquarium, and they call him shark bait, and that was just it's just a funny scene that kind of like shows his like coming of age moment that I thought was fun. Allie, did you have any favorite moments?
Oh, I really like the entire movie, honestly. I really like the entire message that it has, like how to appreciate the little things that it give us, and how it teaches to the parents to leave the kids go and make their own mistakes and all that lesson that it has. So I really enjoyed the entire movie, honestly.
Actually, the only thing I don't like about the movie is in the very beginning, like they totally set up the entire movie on the way to him taking him to school when he's asking the questions like, what if you meet a shark and how old are sea turtles? Like it just totally laid out like the whole movie as to what was going to happen. So that makes me kind of sad. Like, really? Totally just, all right, well, I guess we'll see a sea turtle somewhere in there.
That's funny. I never caught that until you actually said that, Liz. But I can completely, yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, because basically he has answers to all of his questions.
Yeah, exactly.
I've noticed that we have viewers popping in and out. If you want to send in any questions and comments, go ahead, please. We love interacting with you guys. So yes, Finding Nemo was obviously super successful because we are getting a sequel in Finding Dory. And my problem, as I was watching Finding Nemo, I was reminded about how great of a character Dory actually is in this franchise. And I'm a little scared about her being able to hold her own movie. Like, can that character sustain for an hour and a half? We are getting some awesome talented added to the movie. We got Eugene Levy is joining the cast, Ed O'Neill, Caitlin Olsen, Idris Elba, Ty Burrell.
I love Eugene Levy.
Dominic
so
West. I mean, we're getting some really cool stuff. And the storyline, which I'm taking directly from IMDb, says Finding Dory reunites the friendly but forgettable blue tang fish with her loved ones, and everyone learns a few things about the true meaning of family along the way, featuring the voices of Ellen DeGeneres and all the names that I just listed. What do you guys think? You guys think the character of Dory and I don't want to take anything away by what I just said from Ellen, because she really did shine and stole the show in Finding Nemo. But do you think that she can sustain an hour-and-a-half movie with that character?
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah, it was interesting, but maybe I don't know necessarily that we know that it's going to be her the entire movie, but we'll have to kind of see. But yeah, because her character is interesting and intriguing, but I kind of thought she recovered a lot of what was the comical humor in the movie, right? Because by the end, you kind of see her getting better as she seems to make that connection with Marlin. Like, you know, suddenly she can remember Sydney and all of that. So it'll be kind of interesting to see kind of how they play that off. Maybe they'll kind of change it a little bit. That could be refreshing. I'm not sure, honestly. I mean, I trust Pixar. I trust they'll make something interesting and intriguing, and if nothing else, just good for at least a first watch. I don't know how else I feel.
I will say, Philip, I do not trust Disney. A lot of sequels suck.
Yeah, but
Direct to DVD, right?
I'm really, really, really praying for this movie that it does turn out good, and it's not literally Finding Nemo, except for Dory is lost with her memory problems. That's what I'm really hoping it isn't.
It's not Disney that worries me so much, because Pixar is.
And who's gonna die? Someone always dies in Disney movies.
Well,
would Marlin die?
Pixar is it's not Disney though. It's Pixar. Pixar is a great it's a great studio, but for every Up and every Monsters Inc., you have a Cars 2, and Monsters University. While it was good, it was nowhere as near as good as the original. But but there was Toy Story 2 and 3, and that Toy Story franchise, each one is better than the previous, and that says a lot, because each Toy Story movie is fan-freaking-tastic. So, in my opinion, Pixar is batting 50-50.
Interesting. Yeah, I can definitely agree with you there. Because that's what I was trying to think of. I was like, what good sequels have they done? But then I remembered the Toy Story franchise. It would almost be interesting to know if maybe is it a talent thing? Is it because the person who did Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 did all of them? I don't think that's true, though.
No, I don't think that's true either. And the thing that killed Monsters Inc. is it was completely standalone from the other film. Like, I listened to a bunch of podcasts, and one of the other podcasts I listened to said Monsters University could have been great had they just added one scene at the end, which was, Back to the Future, and it was Boo getting ready to go to college, and they were wrapping up telling her their first day. Like, that would have changed the whole dynamic of that movie. But I like Monsters University. I've never seen Cars 2. I started watching it a few times, and I couldn't do it. But hopefully it's more Toy Story and less Cars. Allie, any thoughts?
Oh, well, I think that's the sequel of this Finding Nemo, like Finding Dory. It could have a lot of potential, because it would be interesting, I think, that explore all this character, Dory, and which is behind this trauma, because I think that there is a big trauma behind all this forgetful personality that she has, or something like that. So I think that it has so much to explore, and it depends. I think the sequels, the quality of the sequels depends on the story behind, right, and the kind of character they use.
Yeah, I like that, actually, Ali, because I think that would actually be kind of interesting, is taking what we think is a sequel and actually kind of make it more of a prequel.
A prequel, sequel? Yeah, I mean, as long as they mix the two. I don't know if I want a direct prequel, but I definitely like the idea of...
Well, talking about Dory, right?
Yeah,
Not necessarily prequel to Marlin and all of that, but just more focused on her and kind of going off in a different part of the ocean, maybe.
I agree. Like, as they're doing whatever in the present day, I think flashing back to her past and seeing what happened that made her so forgetful, maybe it was an incident, that would be very interesting. I like that.
Well, I'm wondering if her family is looking for Dory.
Ah, there you go.
There you go.
Like, she obviously doesn't remember where she came from or whatnot. Maybe the family's like, all right, our special cousin has disappeared.
That could be interesting, because it'd be kind of interesting to see what kind of family did she come from.
Right.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely. I definitely like that angle. Yeah, that's interesting.
And that comes out on June 16th. Anybody listening that doesn't know of next year, unless it gets pushed back, which is possible. But as of now, I mean, it was supposed to come out this year. So, yeah. And you guys have anything else to add to Finding Nemo, Finding Dory? Any other thoughts?
No, not really. Just enjoyable movie. Definitely watch it if you haven't seen it.
Liz?
Yeah, it's a good family movie. Like the whole family can. With us having children, there are plenty of movies out there that I just want to beat my head against the wall, knowing that it's going to come on. This is not one of them. So it's a good whole family movie. You can sit there and watch it with the kids and actually really enjoy it.
Yes. I'm turning my camera on, Philip, but yours will still be down. For those of you guys watching us, please check us out on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/3 Geeks Podcast. We're doing an awesome giveaway. All you have to do is like our page, join an event that's on our page. It should be tagged to the top, I believe. You get registered to win a $100 Visa gift card. We will mail it to you if you win. So please come on, join, help us get our Facebook page some more likes. We are also on moviepilot.com. Just go to moviepilot.com/3 Geeks, all spelled out, no numbers. Also, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, just 3 Geeks Podcast. Join us tomorrow night where me and Philip will be joined by Max, Dan, and Mike for our normal live show at 7 p.m. And I believe our next cast will be Toy Story. Are we going to try doing the whole trilogy as one, Philip?
Sure, we can if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. We're going to do the whole Toy Story trilogy, discussing more of the adult themes. We're going to get a little bit more into it. Yeah, that is our cast. Thank you so much for joining us. Please comment, rate, and review, whether you're listening to us on iTunes or liking us down below. We get we're moving up a lot on iTunes, and that's thanks to you guys. Please keep it up and help us out on YouTube by liking the video. Every like helps more than you'll ever know. So for all of us from 3 Geeks Podcast, have a great night.